All right, we're going to start today. We're working with how to make a book cover with InDesign. I'm going to begin by downloading a file with what we're going to need to create this assignment. To do that, on the assignment page, I'm going to go to this link. And when this pops up, I'm going to say go to site. And that's going to prompt it to download this book cover zip folder. I'm just going to drag it onto my desktop, open it, and I'm going to drag my book cover file here into my Chris Rubin Q2 InDesign folder. All right, so get rid of the previous one, and we're ready to get started. Okay, clean this up a little bit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to open InDesign. So to do that, I can either go to my Adobe Master Collection CS6, scroll down and click on InDesign, or from the Start menu, you can simply type in InDesign and it'll pop right up. I'm now going to, once InDesign opens, I'm just going to go to File, Open, and I'm going to open up the InDesign markup language file that I just downloaded. So that is, again, I'm going to go to my desktop, I'm going to find my Q2 book cover, and then open that up. It notes that there's a link missing, and you'll see when you open it up that there's no picture. There should be a picture in the background. So to get that picture back, I'm going to go ahead and click on the question mark, and I'm going to grab the picture. Notice it was in the links folder. So if I did that one more time, I'm going to go to my question mark, and then if I went into that same folder that I was just in, I can click on the file, and there's the picture pops up. The main important thing today that we're going to be working on is adjusting this text, right? Showing that we know how to adjust text and then save a file so it's ready for printing in InDesign. The other thing, though, that's really important today is that we want to be able to download fonts, right? We want to be able to bring a font of our choosing into this program. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a website called dafont.com. And you can see there's a lot of different options. Like there's all sorts of, like, I could look up fonts that use calligraphy. I could use fonts that use graffiti. And so there's just a lot of different options, which is kind of neat. Halloween, I could look that up, right? And that might help us like put together something fun for a book title. So again, whatever like kind of catches your attention is great. You can also go through the font types alphabetically. And for right now, I clicked on T, and I'm just gonna quickly pick a text or a font, sorry, that looks good to me. So I kind of like this right here. I'm just gonna click download. This is a very simple process, right? So I've downloaded the file. I'm gonna open the folder, right? If this pops up, we're just gonna close it. And I'm gonna choose the file that I want is the true type font file. So all I have to do with that file is I'm going to take it, I'm going to drag it onto my screen. All right, now that it's on my screen or on my desktop, right? If I want to, I could take it and I could place it in my book cover folder. Doesn't really matter because what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install that font. So to do that, I'm going to go to my control panel. Notice I just clicked on the start menu and started typing in control panel. I'm going to go to appearance and personalization and I'm going to select fonts. All right, and once I get here, I can locate where I have that font, which is in here. And it's called Taboon. I'm just going to drag it right into my font. And you can see it's going to install that font. And now I go to InDesign, grab my text tool, highlight something, so for example, I can scroll down and let's see if we can find that font. So everything's alphabetical and there it is, right? So again, that might not fit this picture, but the next thing I want to do is if you don't really like the look of this, let's go ahead and create our own book cover from scratch. To do that, what I would do, regardless, is I would open up this file because it's got all of the presets, all of the settings that we want. Okay, and I would go to File. Let's just do this. Let's go File, Open, and let's open that book cover again, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace the image, I'm going to change the text, and we'll take it from there. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find a picture. So I took a second, I located an image that I like the look of. And I'm going to click here where the image is. Actually, let's organize a little bit real quick. Let's go ahead. That's going to be my background. That's going to be my text. Should work. Let's start by, I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go to File, Place, and I'm going to find a picture. So this is a picture I downloaded. I'm going to select OK. And you can see that doesn't look too good. It's only taking up half of the page right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that image, you want to find a pretty big image, and you're going to click on this button. It says Fill Frame Proportionally. When I do that, it's going to fill out my page. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I need to adjust my text. So this no longer goes with it. I'm going to change my text to say I spin. And then I also need a subtitle. I'm going to say the greatest DJs ever. Right? So that's going to be my book title. Now, we're going to do a little bit of formatting. I think the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move this text over here to the far right. And I'm going to take this text and I'm going to make it probably a little bit smaller to make it size 18. I might also move that, push that over here so that it's aligned to the right. This title, I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit bigger. I'm going to change the font. So this is another font that I downloaded, Astro 867, right? And I kind of like how that looks here. And I'm going to go ahead and, since I've now adjusted my text, let's see, I'm going to make it a little bit larger. I like that. And then this I can make a little bit bigger after all. About the greatest DJs ever. I'm going to go down here where the name is. I'm going to change it to be my name. But there's something that's like really bothering me still. I really just don't like this box and how it's just white. It's just blocking part of the photo. So I'm going to do two things. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to highlight all of my text here. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to paste this here. All right, so I backed up for a second. I'm going to take this layer. I'm going to actually add a new layer for that main text. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off of here. I'm going to put it on my on this third layer. So here we go. I'm going to just bring this up here. And I'm going to set it right where I want it. With this background, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to my control panel. I'm going to select effects. And I'm going to change the opacity of this to 60% so that I can still see through it. I'm still not like in love with how that looks though. So what I'm going to actually do now is I'm going to change this background from white to black. Right? Notice it's still got, it's a little bit see-through now. And then I'm going to take my text and I'm going to change it to white. Now this is just a really simple change. The other thing is I think it would look good if there was like a little bit of a highlight over the greatest DJs ever. So in this like text area, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add a rectangle. I'm going to go back to my layers. I'm just going to create a rectangle like right about here. We'll go edge to edge. And we're going to have that rectangle be red. And it's a little bit big. So again, you can see I'm just trying to like fine tune this. And then this down here, I'm going to move this name down here. And I'm going to take the box that was created and shrink it down a little bit. I might do the same thing with this. I'm going to go to the effects panel. I'm going to change this to 60%. There's no right or wrong. You can make it as, remember when you change the opacity of something, you're really changing, like you're making it more see-through. So if I like took this up here and I change it from 60% to like 20%, right, it would even be less visible. And actually, I kind of like that. So I might kind of go in between, change it to like 40%. And now I've got a book cover, right? Really like relatively simple. Once you're done with it, let's make sure that we follow the instructions really carefully. So the first thing you should do is follow File, Save As, and we want to give it a name, right? The name should be similar to the one suggested in your assignment file. So I'm going to name it just like it says here. Ruben, Chris, and then I'm going to call it 1 minute. And I'm going to go to my folder, Chris Rubin Q2. I'm going to save it in book cover, and I'm going to hit save. So now I've saved my work. But that's not how I'm going to submit my work, right? Because I have to submit it as a Adobe PDF print. So to do that, I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to save. I'm going to save as. Actually, no, I'm going to export. And I'm going to make sure it's going to have the same name, Ruben, Chris, 1 minute, 01. I'm going to set this dropdown, Save as Type, to Adobe PDF Print. And I'm going to select Save. When this export window comes up, we want to make sure that it's saved as Adobe PDF Preset High Quality Print. So just you can leave that exactly as it is. There's nothing else that needs to be changed, and you're going to select Export. Okay. Once you've done that, you should be able to close InDesign, right? And let's actually clean this up a little bit. I'm just going to close all these windows on my screen that are open. And I'm going to go to my folder under book cover. And this, right, my Adobe Acrobat document, Ruben Chris 1minute01 is my final document that I'm going to be turning in. So it looks like this, right? And looking at it again, I might actually take this sidebar and move it down a little bit. But otherwise, I'm pretty happy with like how that looks. And there's no right or wrong. Like you should definitely choose an image of your liking, and then you should play around with fonts that work well. I spent time looking for this font. I thought it would fit the theme of a DJ. And then once you're done with it and you're happy with your final product, you're going to submit it. So to submit it, right, we're going to follow these instructions. It says click reply. It says the reply window will open. At the bottom, click on attach and choose file. So I'm going to click on attach and choose file. I'm going to go to my folder where I'm going to have everything neatly organized for this class. And I'm going to select the Adobe Acrobat document. It's got this like little white background with the red Adobe symbol on it, Adobe Acrobat symbol on it. I'm going to double click and you can see that we've attached it here. It says confirm that your file name has been added next to the browse button, and then click post reply, right? And if I click post reply, it'll post to the message board, to your discussion board, and you'll be all set. So that's all I have to do. Click post reply, and then you are all done with this assignment. So hopefully that helps. Again, have fun. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you.